Should Chris Rock have put Tony Rock in any movies?
Absolutely.
I think he should. I didn't necessarily agree with the way that Tony described the situation.
I didn't either.
That's where I have a little bit of an issue.
And they said that Eddie Murphy stood in that too, and that was incorrect.
Yeah,
because Charlie Murphy's in mad movies. Charlie Murphy's in Harlem Nights, all types of shit.
How close are Chris and Tony Rock?
Supposedly they tight.
According to who?
But regardless of that,
that matters.
It does.
Not according to Tony Rock. Tony Rock said that when some of this stuff was going on, him and Chris wasn't speaking on some often shit.
So I'm saying, if we don't rock like that, other than just having the same last name and being brothers, we might not rock that way.
Here's the thing, though. To me,
do you have siblings?
Me?
Yeah.
I got four.
Got it.
You said 4 like...
Yeah. Well, my sister died. My sister died.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Assholes.
My bad.
Sorry about that.
No, I don't give a fuck. I mean, I give it a kiss. She died. I didn't take it personally.
You are wild, man. What the fuck?
Wild boy, yo.
Right. Yo, nigga, let's get Mel back in, nigga. You wild.
No, rest in peace. But, yeah, I put my family on this shit. Didn't always work out. You know what I mean? But you always give them that chance. To me... In the case of Chris Rock, he's in an industry where there's a lot of untalented, there's a whole lot of extras. I mean, Charlie Murphy, a lot of his roles was not walk-on roles. In Harlem Night, he's just standing there. Until we knew who Charlie Murphy was, it's only when you go back and watch the movie, you realize, oh, that was Charlie Murphy. Tony could have got some of them. He could have got the part, in Blank Man with John Sally standing there. Those kind of things where you got one line in a movie, that could have went to Tony Rock. Tony Rock is talented.
Rest in peace to Charlie Murphy. I think that's unfair to Charlie Murphy.
Let me tell you something.
I think to say that about Tony Rock is unfair to Charlie Murphy. You bring up Harlem Nights, and Charlie Murphy may have just been standing there, granted, but at some point in his career, Charlie Murphy was known as Charlie Murphy.
True. For sure.
Yes, he was Eddie's brother, but he had developed a niche where people are establishing me for hitting a home run at the plate myself.
He was going on tour.
I'm asking you, what is Tony Rock's moment comparable to that?
He doesn't have one. However,
That's a terrible example.
That's a bad example too.
Why?
Because
y'all bring it up.
Because all the shit Charlie Murphy did was before he hit the home run. Harlem Nights was 20 years before he hit the home run.
Exactly. So those things
he still put him on.
So those things could have led up to him getting the plate.
That's what I'm saying.
The pitch over the plate.
Right.
Not just that. I'm not going to shit on Tony Rock. I'm not going to shit on Tony Rock. Like, Tony Rock ain't been on tour for the last 10 years doing comedy on his own accord. That nigga's funny. But my thing is, too, Tony Rock is already an established comedian. Chris Rock is an established comedian. They're not on the same level, nowhere near. But to give my brother a role, because Tony Rock attributed it to money and said, yo, my brother can compartmentalize between the money and the family. And so he'll be like, yo, dog, Martin was a bigger role. Of course, I don't want the Martin Lawrence role, but you could give me the role over here.
Right.
You
That's
get what
all
I'm
I'm
saying?
saying.
I agree with him on that.
But in the event that I don't, what role have you procured on your own?
None. Bro,
And that's why I'm bringing up the Charlie Murphy point.
we have to.
But Charlie Murphy didn't do it on his own.
We can't say we want to help each other, we want to help blacks, we want to help do this, we want to help do that, and then say, yo, you ain't never do it on your own, so I'm not going to help you. That's a part of helping
but a
somebody.
lot of times you don't know the relationship.
Do you have siblings?
No, but that's a part of helping somebody.
All right, let me, as a person who has a sibling, siblings, who's tried to help siblings in the past, I'll give y'all a quick story. I guess it's like 04, 05 or something. My brother was on 106 in Park when they was doing a Freestyle Friday show. And I think 7 weeks was champion. He did 6 weeks. While he's getting some notoriety up, I made a call to a couple people. Yo, y'all want to talk to little bro? I was trying to get him put on somewhere. He ran late for the meeting, had too many people with a bunch of shit. So I was like, you know what, you just not ready yet. Mind you, I put my name on the line to get you this meeting. So now they looking at me like, yo, where your man at? What's up? I said, I won't do that again. Just something that I took from it, you just wasn't ready to prioritize what you wanted. So we don't know, I'm just giving you that example, we don't know that in the Chris Rock situation that he might have way back, I'm just giving you an example, he might have had tried.
Tony gave
said,
an example
cool.
on the
That's
podcast.
fair. Chris might have a reason.
And
Yeah.
this is where my issue came up, is Chris said, they were doing, I think, Comedy Cellar or something like that, and Tony pulled up. Chris said, yo, I'm going to put you in the movie. He said, all right, great. He's on tour.
He said while they weren't on the
greatest of terms.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then Tony was on tour or whatever, but he's like, I'll come back whenever. And then he started getting calls like, yo, we're on set, where are you? And he's like, well, Chris never called me. That's not Chris's job to individually call each extra in the movie. Like someone should have been handling this. Expecting your brother, who is a superstar, is doing you a lookout. Expecting him.
It depends. That depends.
Nah,
It doesn't.
I don't want to feel like my brother is any less my brother because I don't put him in the movie. I don't want to feel like that.
That's true.
But also, you don't know their relationship though. A lot of times, niggas.
I'm not trying to assume it.
No, when niggas is younger, they don't fuck with each other. Just because you get up, I can do you that favor, but I'm not going to be obligated to do it or be as enthused to do it because our relationship wasn't solid. We missed the sibling rivalry that happens as children when niggas grow up harboring that issue.
I think you got a duty. If
There's
he's
no duty, nigga.
Ain't no duty.
You got a duty when mama die.
Yeah.
I disagree.
If he's qualified,
Because your mom will tell you, make sure you take care of your brother when I got.
And what if your brother was a piece of shit to you your whole life? What if he mistreated you as a kid? What if he did that? What if he disrespected mama love and you had to watch mama cry and shit like that? Now
all of that,
you still got to put him on?
No. All of that is
Exactly.
I'm agreeing with you. Obviously, if he's a murderer, you shouldn't do it. Right?
No.
I'm just saying like there's a lot of fucked up things a person could do to disqualify him for it. But I'm saying if we starting from just zero, and my brother does the same thing I'm doing, and he's relatively qualified, I'm putting him on.
What if his brother act like he was always better than him? Like certain things where I don't want this shit around me. Yo, I got you. I'm gonna
Bro,
put you.
why we just keep going to the most negative thing?
That's
we're
what I'm
throwing
saying.
bad shit on
Possibly
Tony that
find.
we don't.
Yeah, like why we always
Yeah.
got to do that? We always got to make up this hypothetical situation where the nigga is just the scum of the earth piece of shit nigga.
That'll make you a scum.
I think Tony Rock is a real good dude.
I love Tony Rock. That's my guy.
And we're gonna talk
I
about
fuck with
this.
Tony Rock.
When Will Smith smacked my brother, my same brother that didn't put me on no movies, and my same
Tony
brother that
stood
did,
tall.
that nigga wanted to fuck Will Smith up
For
and was
fake.
telling him, "Yo, dog, when I see you, it's
He at least
up.
made a point to say he ain't have to say shit.
It don't matter. When I see you, it's up."
Right.
That-
I respected that.
All right, you still ain't gonna be in the movies like that.
Come on, Ish.
Come on, what?
Because he say he gonna fuck him up. Like, come on, stop.
No, I'm saying he stood tall for him. He ain't
What
have
you
to.
talking about?
Man.
The same nigga you just gave a scenario why I can't be in your movie.
No, I'm with you. I'm just saying.
You a quasi star. I can't be in your movie, but if somebody smack you, I'm coming to back for you.
It
I
always
just don't like
happens
that we
like
put
that.
these hypotheticals on Tony. We don't know that
True.
about
No,
Tony.
no,
Like,
true.
Yeah. All I
That's why
know.
I'm talking about factual shit.
Yeah,
Like,
Tony
I'm going
did
off
stand
what
up.
he did say on the podcast, and to me, that was the point where it's like, I can see why that didn't work out.
Like, yo,
if you're sitting
I'ma
around
push-
waiting for your superstar brother to call you personally to tell you when to show up on
I'ma
set,
put you on
that's
a
not
movie. I don't-
realistic-
But what's Tony? How's he supposed to know when it's
How's he
supposed to
gonna know?
Call the producer or director or
But that's supposed to call.
That's
it
from
sounded like the
a
ball
hookup
got
from
dropped.
my
Contact.
brother. I think communication got
That's
It sounded like the ball got dropped because as an actor, I'm not
Yeah.
calling the producer and say, "Hey, there's a movie window. I come." They're
Have
supposed to call
your
him.
agent. Someone else should be handling
That's
this.
what I'm saying. Somebody dropped the ball there, and it might be that they thought Chris was going to contact me. I don't want to speculate. I'm just saying there's a lot of things that could have happened. But at the core, if
That's
you're
how
my
that
brother,
sounds.
if you're my brother and we're relatively talented, you should get a shot.
Bro,
That's all I'm
it.
saying.
Agreed.
That's it. That's it. I don't give a fuck what nobody says.
How could you argue that and be against the LeBron?
Relatively
nepotism?
talented. I'm not sure
how could
when
you-
we get to Hoboken Park
I'm not
that
against
Bronny James. He could beat you.
I'm not
I'll
against
take that. But
LeBron. I said
Bronny
LeBron.
James is not an NBA player. That's the
Bro,
difference.
I said LeBron James, based on what my father has done in this league, the money that my father has generated in this league and other areas, you absolutely fucking right. He deserves to be in the NBA.
What discography tells you that Tony Rock is ready for the big leagues in terms of movies?
He's been on tour for 10, 15 years.
But it's not
That don't necessarily
No,
translate.
but hold on, it's not
Movies.
big leagues.
That's
My
not
point
true.
is, I'm not saying he should have took Bernie Mac's spot in head of state.
Yes.
I'm saying he could have played the nigga selling hot dogs on the corner. He could have had an extra role.
You mean like a second round 55th pick?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
No.
My criticism
No.
of Bronny. No. Here's the
No,
difference. My
that's not the
criticism.
same.
My criticism of Bronny was
I
not.
don't hear the difference.
I don't think it's good for Bronny. That was my point. I don't think Bronny's going to do well. If you told me that Tony Rock's going to do a part that's going to fuck up his career, I would say, yeah, Chris, don't put him on.
Tony Rock has been in movies. Tony Rock
And
has
TV
been
shows.
in movies.
Yeah, and TV shows. He can act. I mean, as
Super
well as-
Freak Zeke.
What is that?
I don't know.
That was
You a freak?
Is that
No.
like some?
Why you know
that was
Super
Kevin
Freak
Hart,
Zeke,
Tony
man?
Rock, Megan Good. They had an all-star cast in the fucking the Steve.
That were all stars doing a lot of work in that sentence, but
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
that's a very generous use of
Yeah,
all
it was-
you are correct. Yeah, you are correct. But
Super Freak Zeke, what happened?
when in what's the shit with Steve Harvey book? Think like a man.
That's-
Tony Rock has been in movies. Tony Rock, again, is not some bum-ass nigga that you just picking up off the street. That nigga is an accomplished comedian.
I'll stop here because I don't want to make my argument sound like that's what
Like
I'm
you
trying to
dissing
say
him.
about Tony
Sure.
Rock, because I am not. I'm not trying to say that about Tony Rock. I fuck with the Rocks.
Yeah.
Period.
Joe,
Tony,
if you-
Chris,
We, we just got to hear from Chris.
I also fuck with brothers, not all the way fucking with their brother the way their brother
Exactly.
think they should.
Joe, if your brother could rap, not as good as you, but
I got a younger brother that raps now.
is he professional? How good is he?
You're asking the wrong nigga, though.
Okay.
You're asking the wrong nigga.
Okay.
You're asking the wrong nigga.
Good luck with your shit.
Like my whole thing is this, right? My whole thing is in our culture, we remember when we wasn't up. In our culture, we remember when we weren't up. It was a time when everybody's not up.
That's all I'm
Nobody
saying.
walked into a fucking $1 million yesterday. So Chris Rock tells about when Eddie Murphy came in and put him on. Chris Rock was the mailman in fucking Boomerang. So my thing is, you got to start somewhere with smaller roles. Why not put my brother in a smaller role? Again, I'm not saying make him my co-star because he compared himself to Martin Lawrence. No, you can't be in the role that Martin Lawrence is playing
No,
because
it's
he's
crazy.
fucking Martin Lawrence. But I can also have a role as a funny nigga, write me in some little shit, a funny nigga, the hot
One
dog
line.
nigga, whatever the
Yeah.
case may be, to get my SAG credits up and all of that.
That's true.
So
Or
now
you
look.
can have the role as the nigga that's mad that didn't make the flick.
Look, now Ish.
I already know.
And let me ask you a question.
Angry at to play brother number 2.
Hold on.
Let me ask you a question.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Now, if I do that, use my phone call or get you in a role as an extra, and you don't show,
That's it.
and now they looking at me, yo, where's your man? We had your man's supposed to be here. Da 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 da. You might say, all right, you know what? Fool me once. I'm not doing that.
And if that happened, I ain't got no issue with it.
Sure.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But you got to get a shot. You got to give him a shot. That's
Well,
the
he
duty.
said he gave him a shot.
So if
I'd love to hear
so
Tony's version of that.
was he saying this that he was disgruntled about telling the story when he was telling
No,
the story?
he didn't sound
He
disgruntled.
didn't sound disgruntled, but in my opinion, he a professional, so you might not gonna get up there and shit on your superstar brother
Nah.
and kick his back in. But he also said, like, yo, I would have liked to have gotten some roles.
Well, that's honest and
Yeah.
vulnerable
Yeah.
of him. So,
Yeah. So
I
I-
appreciate it.
he-
He,
yeah,
didn't have to share none of that
Yeah,
shit.
he sat up
So it
there.
didn't sound like he was shitting on his brother or kicking
No.
his brother.
No, he
No.
sounded like he was being a professional.
Yeah.
Ari Spears was giving the interview. And Ari Spears
Got it.
started
Okay, I just
asking
want to
him
make sure. 'Cause I would
questions.
say if it sounded like
it's
the other way,
Ari, Ari, whatever.
you know,
Ari.
I
He's
would.
white as hell.
I wouldn't fuck with my brother if he did that in the interview.
Yeah, like, yo, dog, I mean,
Ari Spears, another nigga with an ugly nose.
how you put Ari Spears' nose in your mental Rolodex?
Because I have eyes, and I saw that interview and said, "Look
And you
at
thought
this
of that-
nigga with
look at
the
that
ugly
nigga
nose."
nostrils.
And you kept it.
Niggas, yes, nigga. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, what's up?
You got it.
This,
I had it.
we need
You had Ari?
All right.
My final question.
Mel, come back.
Word,
Mel,
please.
Mel, I ain't gonna hold you. A lot of chemistry. A lot of chemistry.
No, it's not.
Mel. Yeah.
Mel, it's not.
Mel, niggas got along a little better than I anticipated.
We miss you, man.
No,
We miss you.
First, that's facts that we miss you, but also facts. Yo, this crew right here, it gelled.
It went really well.
No, stop it, Joe. Man,
Nigga is terrible.
I did a horrible job, man.
I don't know. This is that crew.